You're looking at the Honda Odyssey.
Dude, this is sick. This is now my favorite minivan.
For decades, it's been the go-to family hauler in North America. Honda's rolling fortress of practicality. It's big, it's comfortable, and it gets the job done. But what if I told you for years Honda has been building a far more cleverer and far more efficient, and let's be honest, cooler minivan that they just refuse to sell in North America? Law dictates you can import any car as long as it's 15 or 25 years old to the month. This is barely legal. Okay, let's be real. The North American minivan market isn't exactly a hotbed of wild innovation. The formula is pretty simple. Make it big, slap a V6 in it, and cram in as many cup holders as you can. The Honda Odyssey is the poster child for this.
Homer's Odyssey. Is this about that minivan I rented once? That minivan had the biggest cup holders.
Its 3.5-liter V6 is smooth and powerful, sure, but it's front-wheel drive only and a thirsty gas guzzler. The features are nice, if only predictable. You've got sliding doors, seats that fold down, and a cabin designed to survive a juice box apocalypse. It's a sufficient vehicle, but it feels like it's playing from a very old playbook. It's big, but is bigger always better? It's the safe choice. Honda Japan had a different answer. Today we're talking about the 2010 fourth generation all-wheel drive RK6, the very car you can park in your driveway if you live in these maple leaf provinces. These 15-year-old vehicles will slip through customs. My American neighbors and other provinces in Canada, let me know if you want a video on the first generation STEPWGN. These 25-year-old classics make the customs cut. Back to the RK6. Right off the bat, you can see it's different. It's taller, narrower, and a lot boxier than a plebeian Odyssey. It's a product of a different environment, one where space is at a premium and efficiency is king. And that's where its real genius starts. The STEPWGN is taller than a fat Odyssey, but it's shorter and narrower. Yet through some kind of spatial wizardry, it still seats up to 8 people, just like its bigger cousin. This is all thanks to its two-box design that squeezes every last cubic centimeter of interior space out of a much smaller, more city-friendly footprint. But the first trick you'd notice isn't just the space inside, it's how you get in. The STEPWGN sits several inches lower to the ground than the Odyssey. That might not sound like a huge deal, but for the little kids clambering in, or for your favorite in-laws, just for the daily grind of getting in and out, that lower step-in height is a massive win for accessibility. And it's not just the engine, it's how the power gets to the road. The American Odyssey is and always has been a front-wheel drive only vehicle. If you live somewhere with snow or heavy rain, that's a major compromise. Meanwhile, the STEPWGN has offered an all-wheel drive option for generations. It uses Honda's real-time all-wheel drive system, a system designed to proactively send power to the rear wheels to improve traction in slippery conditions without a major penalty to fuel economy. For families needing all-weather confidence, the STEPWGN provides a solution that the bigger, more expensive American Odyssey simply can't. And with less weight to lug around, you can change the heart of the vehicle. The biggest difference, and the one that could save families a fortune, is what's under the hood. While the Odyssey sticks with its ham-fisted V6, the STEPWGN uses a sprightly spring chicken 2-liter inline-4, the very same engine that Honda would go on to base their hybrid engine system for CR-Vs and Accords. A typical Canadian drive from Montreal to Toronto would consume 40 bottles of Pocari Sweat less in the STEPWGN. Imagine slashing your annual fuel bill for a family driving thousands of kilometers a year. That's enough coin to take that trip to Tokyo Disney that you've been dreaming about. Now let's talk design philosophies. The Odyssey has been shaped by wind tunnels and focus group. Its swooping lines, aggressive grille are designed to hide its size and make it more like a typical SUV. But to my eye, it succeeds at neither, as if the day shift designed the front and night shift slapped on whatever was left, lending its blue whale-like proportions that pleases nobody. The STEPWGN, on the other hand, is pure architecture. It's not trying to be anything other than a van. It's sharp, simple lines celebrate its purpose, and the beauty isn't in sleekness, but in honesty. The boxy shape isn't a lack of styling, it's a deliberate choice for maximum utility. One is designed to be forgotten the moment you walk away from it. The other, a clean, minimalist statement that becomes cooler the longer you look at it. It's the ultimate blank canvas. The Odyssey is a product burdened with a minivan moniker. In North America, there are some admittedly fun and interesting builds.
This is sick. I wish I could drive this.
But it pales in comparison to the STEPWGN. It's the total opposite. That blank canvas is a perfect starting point for Japanese car enthusiasts to let their imaginations run wild. Picture it lowered on a set of deep dish wheels for a VIP look, or maybe you want a track monster, perhaps a slight lift and all-terrain tires for an overland build. And the vast flat interior is a modder's dream. It's a platform that invites creativity, plugging directly into a car culture that values personalization. The brand new mid-trim Odyssey starts at a staggering $50,000 Canadian, and years of inflation have pushed the cost of everyday goods higher, and that extends to the car market. It's a perfect storm of lingering supply chain issues, low inventory, and high demand that has sent prices soaring. The average cost of a new vehicle in Canada has now climbed to roughly $65,000. Even the average price for a used car now sits at over $34,000, making it feel impossible to get a practical family vehicle without an insane price tag. Welcome to the world of Japan car auctions, where used cars in Japan get moved to a global market. Japanese car ownership laws make it favorable to buy brand new cars and expensive to own older vehicles, sinking prices of used cars. I smell opportunity. The STEPWGN will run the till at 90% less than an Odyssey. Now that's including shipping to your door. So for less than the sales tax on a new Odyssey, we can own a practical, efficient, all-wheel drive, and unique JDM family vehicle. Here are some examples. Beautiful in black, sold September 29, 2025, 310,000 yen with only 95,000 kilometers. Sold September 30th, 2025, 200,000 yen and 93,000 kilometers. Sold October 4th, 2025 at 607,000 yen with 68,000 kilometers. So, we have a minivan that's cheaper to buy, dramatically cheaper to run, easier to park, with thoughtful features we can only JDM dream of. The immediate counter argument is always about size. American car buyers have been told for decades that bigger is always better. The Odyssey's extra length and width give it a commanding presence and more cargo room on paper, but the STEPWGN proves that clever design can be way more valuable than sheer bulk. Its space efficiency is remarkable, and its smaller footprint would make it a much better companion in crowded cities and tight parking lots. We have a vehicle that does 90% of what a new minivan does for 10% of the price, all while being cheaper to run and infinitely more interesting to own. What's not to love? A van so full of good ideas it makes you wonder what else they're hiding from us. But Mo, this is a dumb comparison. Why not compare the 2010 Odyssey to this? Plus, I hate four cylinders. My family are all 6 feet tall, 200 pounds, and I have to move their hockey gear. Okay, maybe this spiritual Lexus F Sport minivan from 2010 will be more your cup of tea.